What's up, guys? My name is Friga. We're here at Q92 radio station. And today they're going to be interviewing me about the Mount Union men's basketball team and also about the YouTube channel. They're doing some sort of giveaway right now. We're going to head inside soon, so let's check it out.
You're welcome. This is Christian.
Good, man. How you doing? Thanks for coming in today, man. Appreciate it. We're gonna have you on that mic, Devontae. We're gonna go over in a couple of minutes. Congrats on the win at Marietta, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
I was like,
I just took a big pee on you before we brought you.
I was dying. I was
101 subscribers.
Yeah.
so passionate.
Up to 10 subscribers.
All right, we're here in studio, joined live by Devontae Friga from Mount Union's basketball team, and of course, huge star on YouTube now, not 101,000 subscribers. I apologize, Devontae, that was my bad.
That's all good.
Thanks for coming in, man. I know, college student, college athlete, probably don't enjoy getting up this early unless it's for practice or something, so we appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys having me.
So before we get into the whole YouTube thing, man, congratulations on all the success in the basketball team this year, man. Nationally ranked was 11th right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be going up next week probably.
It should be. Hopefully we get the text Monday and find out we got a little bit.
That is
rankings.
insane. Like from when you got here and when you started at Mount Union with this basketball program, from where it was when you got here to where it is where you're about to like move on. How crazy is it where this program has gone?
It's honestly really crazy. Like, it's not that I didn't expect it to know. Like, it's not that I didn't expect us to not grow, but honestly, it's just really crazy to me. Being 11th in the nation of 400-plus Division III basketball teams is honestly
insane.
It's awesome.
And to keep growing, and it's fun to, too, watch the excitement for the team that I saw start growing last year.
Yeah.
And to this year, how much more fans, even kids, are into you guys and what you're doing there.
Yeah.
The crowds are getting bigger. The word's getting out more and more. There's more coverage, and it's just fantastic. So congratulations on what you guys have done.
Thank you.
I feel like Christian's totally fanboying right now over the schedule,
I'm a
like
sports
obviously
guy, first of all.
over to the basketball and then the YouTube as well.
I'm sorry I'm enjoying your success.
He's
I'm
like
such
so
an idiot.
proud. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love it.
It'd be awkward if you were
So
a hater
passionate.
and
Yeah,
was
if I was
here.
here, I was like, with Devontae, man, it's a football school. I don't care. No,
That's it. 11th in the nation.
It
What?
is cool. I mean, I was at that Baldwin-Wallace tournament game last year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I would put that atmosphere up against any college basketball. I mean, that was an insane evening for you
I couldn't
guys.
even hear the play calls.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
sure.
insane. We're
Yeah.
calling the game, and the crowd is out of the stands cheering.
Yeah.
They're like touching us while we're calling the game on the radio because the student sections for both schools.
Was just
That's
so
crazy.
full.
It was
yeah.
just insane. They had to like they had to rope
How
it off
fun.
at one point,
Yeah.
and no one was out of hand. Just everyone was so into the game. It was just unbelievable. And tournament going to be coming up. You guys will be getting excited
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think, obviously we win the next couple games. We'll be at 22-3, and then we start our
Wow.
tournament play in the OAC. We win the rest of our games that are, I guess, guaranteed scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be hosting until the Sweet 16.
So fans will be able to come out.
Nice.
See that? So fans
And
can come out
that's
right
huge.
here.
Yeah.
That's huge for us because we're 100% a home team.
Right.
Like we 100% play better at home.
Yeah.
We love our fans, we love our crowd, and we're the type of players that feed off of that kind of energy.
I grew up in Alliance. I was gone for a long time and came back. But one thing, growing up in this area, people freaking support Mount Union and they love it.
Yeah.
They have loyal fans
Yeah.
and donors. So I'm sure like the atmosphere is probably amazing.
100%.
It is. It's funny because people are, when I travel and whatnot, they're like, oh, where are you from? And, when I try and tell them Alliance, I just say Mount Union. And they're like, oh, yeah. Okay.
I've never
There you
thought
go.
about that.
Oh, and the
Now it
sheets.
makes sense.
Yeah, Mount Union and the sheets.
Yes, got it.
So Devontae, now let's segue into YouTube.
Yeah.
And what you have built, 101,000 subscribers.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, how did this start? And did you ever think it would be where it is right now?
Okay, so I do want to backtrack a little bit because you say what I've built, but these guys are, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like these
give
guys
them a shout out.
This Joe, Grayson, and Logan. Logan couldn't be here today, but I think like in my mind I was able to find people that cared as much as what I wanted to grow, like just as much as I did, and they're 100% back everything. But like what I think that we have been able to build is just crazy. Like I don't even remember your question because we started. But
it was just the start of it, basically.
But-
like, so when you guys decided, like, all right, we want to try to have a content presence on YouTube and see if
Okay.
we can grow this.
Yeah.
How did it start?
Yeah, where did this come from?
Well, honestly, there's more to the backstory that I'll be releasing in a couple months in a movie that I'm creating. I came to Mount Union for basketball, obviously, and I thought that I was going to be like the guy on the team because it's Division III sports, and you look at Division III sports in high school as just like crappy sports, really, until you get here and you're like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah, it's a game
everybody can
changer.
play. Exactly,
Yeah.
it's college. You're
Right.
a college athlete, and at the end of the day, whatever level, like everybody's going to be good. And so I got here, realized I wasn't going to be the face of the team, and that like kind of messed with my head a little bit because I like attention, and I'll be the first to admit it, but I wanted like eyes back on me, I guess. So I started a YouTube channel, and it wasn't necessarily so I could grow an audience, because I started to get into like cameras and stuff, and I started to get into editing, and I wanted to just kind of vlog my day, because I fell in love with this guy on YouTube. His name's Casey Neistat, and he just created content, and I realized that the reason people were watching him is because he just had an interesting life. And I was like, I think my life is interesting enough to share to people that want to have this kind of lifestyle where they're waking up, going to classes for college, going to the cafeteria, going to practice, things like that. And it wasn't until like I started to realize why content creators grew that the channel actually started to grow. So like for the first 2 years, I was averaging like 12 to 15 views per video, but I was still creating content by myself.
Right.
And then I started to do more Division III basketball stuff and more things based off of being a collegiate athlete and sharing that lifestyle. And then I had a class with Joe, and then we started a photography, videography company. And then I still had the YouTube stuff on the side. And then we ran into Grayson, who was flying his drone on campus, and we were like, "Oh, this is awesome!"
Hey.
And so
Like a
then
little
like
army growing here, man.
yeah, and it's just cool how it happened, because the channel really started to grow when we started to work as a team. Like obviously, I'm gonna be the main. Like I talk to them all the time. I'm gonna be the main thing. Like when brands work with us, it's gonna be working with Devontae, but it's realistically it's working with us because
Right.
we create the content together. But it started to really grow when we got into the cinematic side of everything, adding the drone, adding the sound effects to everything, adding the montages, adding the music, making it more professional into like a Netflix series, really. So, and then to go back to your question, did I think it was going to get this big? I don't really start something thinking that it's going to like fail,
Right.
I just want to go, if I have an idea, I know it's going to
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to make
Like,
it work no matter what.
it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I was talking to Grayson about it last night. Like if I have an idea and I know I want to do something, it's gonna work.
That's all. It's like
Period.
failing's not an option.
Right.
It's the best
can't
mindset.
Be. It
yeah.
can't be, especially if you like genuinely want to do something. But I knew, I guess in my head, I knew that it would get this big, and I know it's gonna get bigger. Like this summer is gonna be insane for us. But I just didn't know when. And that's what I always say. I knew it was going to get like this. I just didn't know when.
And now you're at a point where it is.
Right.
It is there. It is that growing. Does that put any added pressure on you, or is that just more motivation for you?
No, like I'm not scared of it. I'm like you said, it's more motivation. Like I'm excited. People are saying it's getting big. It's getting big. It still doesn't feel big. It still
Right.
feels like it's 5 to 10,000 because I know it's only going to get bigger. But I'm still grateful for the numbers. Like
Of
don't get me
course.
wrong. Like all of that stuff's cool, but it's only pushing us more.
Right.
And if you haven't been to Devontae Friga on YouTube, you haven't been to the page, go to it. And you touched on it and what we just talked about. Like, these aren't just like holding up the iPhone, making little videos to post up.
Yeah.
You guys, it's cinematic. Like you said, you guys take the time
That's
to
awesome.
film your content, but then you guys go in wherever it is you guys go on campus, and you edit, and you add voiceovers, and you add graphics, and you really, they're very easy and very interesting to watch.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people ask me, how do you grow on YouTube? And like a lot of creators talk about it, but you have to find like a niche or a niche, however you say it, right? You have to find something that nobody else is doing, but in your own way, because at the end of the day, it's you creating the content, like Gary Vaynerchuk says it. I don't know if you guys follow him or not.
Oh, yes, very much so, yes.
But he says it, and the way he said it was, it's not that you need to find a niche because you're your own niche. Like what you need to find is what you want to do and what you're passionate about, and you doing that is going to be your niche. But yeah, I mean, I forget what I was going to say, but you talked about the cinematic side of
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, you watch these videos and they're so well put together, and so well produced by you guys, and you guys too. Awesome what you guys do as well. But I mean, just like when you watch them, you're like, man, like these guys are really like putting in the work on these videos. They're not just like slapping them together to throw them up.
Right. It's like nobody sees it behind the scenes. I actually talked about it in one of the intros the other day. Like sometimes they get to the school before. Sometimes they'll drive to away games. They'll take one of our cars or whatever. Joe, Logan, and Grayson will take one of the cars, drive to the away game. Like they drove to Marietta the other day so they could get there before us and get drone shots of the bus pulling in and get drone shots of us coming in and get B-roll of us going in. And like even that one step further as opposed to just me walking in with a camera, like showing the team walking in as a whole, you know. Now,
how receptive was like your coach and your teammates doing this? Were they totally on board? Was it like, what are we doing here?
So I get asked this question actually a lot more than I thought I would. It's never honestly something that I thought about because I kind of just show up with a camera everywhere. Coach, I'm grateful every single day that Coach Fewline and the whole coaching staff allows me to bring the camera everywhere. I mean, in the locker room, in the practice, like I've done like practices of vlogs of my practice, like inside of our practice, breaking down what we do. I'll never give away our offensive sets. I'm not that stupid.
Of course.
But still, I mean, at the end of the day, like that stuff's still private, you know. But Coach Fewline and all of the coaching staff and my teammates, like allowing it. My teammates love it. I think. I mean,
they seem like they're having a blast in the videos.
There's certain people that are on my team that will get in front of the camera themselves, which is cool. Like I like that kind of stuff. So then those are the people I know I go back to, you know, when I'm filming around them. But they've been pretty receptive to answer your question. They haven't asked me to stop. I've gotten in trouble for a couple of things, like, you know, because I do represent the school.
Right. You know, got to push that boundary though a little bit.
Yeah. So I do understand that. I can empathize with it.
Now, to all of our listeners listening right now, if they haven't checked out your YouTube, and I mean, obviously they're listening to the interview, like what can they see? Like, why should they head over and check out?
So I will say this, just from the interview, you're like, okay, it's just college basketball content, but it's much more than a basketball YouTube channel. I mean, right now, based off of my titles and thumbnails and stuff, yeah, sure, it could be classified as a basketball YouTube channel, but it's growing into much more than that. I think just being able to see into my life, and especially in the next couple months, into our life, traveling around the United States, I just think that no matter what, you're going to get good content, no matter what you're there for. Like, that's what I would expect.
Well, Devontae, we're going to put the link to your YouTube page up on all our social media.
Thank you.
So if people can go hear this, if they haven't checked out your page, they can go check it out. Follow them on Twitter as well. Mount Union Basketball, Heidelberg this Saturday at 3 o'clock. We'll be broadcasting on our sister station, AM 1310, WDPN. It's really cool what you're doing. And
congratulations. It's so awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming down and sharing
you.
the story with us. And good luck in everything you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, you mentioned Saturday. If we win, I believe we cut the nets down. So
do you?
Yeah.
So we can look for that video hopefully up on your page.
Yeah.
And man, whenever you got stuff going on, if you want, get a hold of us, and we'd love to have you back on.
Okay. Yeah.
Up what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Devontae Friga, again, his YouTube page. We're going to post it on our social media. Go there. Go subscribe to the page. Check them out. Enjoy it. And come check out some Mount Union basketball. Come on down tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock. You can check them out playing Heidelberg. It's Q92, Megan and Christian in the morning.
That was great, Devontae, man. Thank you very much, man.
Easy enough, right?
This is awesome. Do you want, I can send you MP3 the audio.
Yeah, I would love.
Okay.
Sorry, I took your coat off.
Is MP3 all right? Or
oh, yeah, so nice meeting you.
Really quick, before I head out of here, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you guys for having me. It was awesome
no problem,
to be here.
Good luck to you.
Really cool interview. Yo, you guys can see it all here, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. Go follow them on all social medias. Thank you guys. We're out.
Seriously, man, if you got something else you want to pop up or you're doing, get a hold of me, man. Okay. You can come back down. We'll talk about it again.
Sure, we can do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good luck to you, man.
Thank you. We'll see you guys Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely.
So, whatever you guys need. I mean, if you want to keep whatever.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Nice meeting you.
You too.
Guys, that was cool. Thank you for coming. First radio interview. Grayson almost died. Almost fell for me. Happy Valentine's. Take this time real quick to plug this summer. Guys, we're going to be traveling around to all 50 states.
We?
So make sure, yes, we. Oh. We're going to, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm excited. Here we go.